I never really put much thought into it, but setting goals really helps to complete a task. Just yesterday, I completed my first long term goal, a goal that I had set more than a year ago. I've been running cross country for my second season, and my goal from the very first meet was to be able to complete a 5K race without walking at all. The absolute victory of sprinting across the finish line knowing that I had pushed from start to finish, backed by months of practice, was a totally new experience for me. It was really something else, the feeling of accomplishment that I earned from the effort that I put in to hold true to my goal. This is why I'm sharing the critical importance of setting a concrete goal. So, the first and most recognized reason for setting a goal is that it provides motivation to get something done. Once you've defined a goal, as long as you put in effort, you will sustain the motivation necessary to tackle any obstacles that stand in your way. Another quality that goals provide is focus, because without a focus, you can't have a goal. Zig Ziglar puts it, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time, which means if you don't set a goal, you are acting aimlessly and won't advance yourself to new levels. In my own example, I had to focus on always attending running practices because I wanted to improve my endurance to become capable of running an entire race. Without a focus, I would have slacked until I bailed out and dropped the sport altogether. The third reason to set a goal is because you can measure progress and improvement because you have a specific starting point and a solid end point that is your goal. In between that, you can measure how well you have improved, which can motivate you to keep going in difficult times. Think, I've come this far, I certainly can't quit now, can I? When the going became particularly rough and progress seemed to recede, I realized how much time I had invested into improving my running and how I had to resist the notion of quitting cross country. Looking back to when I first set my goal, I could see the subtle time improvements between racing to prove that I was making progress. And finally, the last reason to set a goal is that goals keep you locked in, unable to be distracted from the path to success, as long as you put in the effort to maintain a steady pace. When you have a clear goal to focus on, you won't drift away from the path or give in to doubts. I could have easily fallen for doubts since I had such a difficult time running consistently. At the end of the first season, I could have decided that cross country wasn't my thing and that I'd choose something else to follow, but instead, I had a goal in mind and I followed through with my plan. I like to think of the quote, "You must have long-term goals to keep you from being frustrated by short-term failures," because that's exactly how I kept moving. Long-term goals may seem too far-fetched in the beginning, but once you concentrate on the goal, you will see everything from a new and more confident perspective. If you haven't experienced the victory of setting a long-term goal yet, I suggest that you form one as soon as possible.